Hello and welcome to Shark Jets. I'm SkidBiz. In this video, we're going to create a brand new Unity project and we're going to get it up and running on your Quest 2 as fast as possible. So please make sure to like and subscribe so that I can keep making these videos. And without any further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so here we are in Unity, and the first thing we should notice is that the version we're using is 2019.4 point whatever. The key is that it's the LTS, which is the long-term support. This is the most stable version of Unity right now. There are newer versions, but they're still in beta or alpha or whatever, and things keep changing in that, so we want to stick to something that's pretty stable so that it works great. The second thing we'll want to do is make sure to have Android build support. So when you're installing this, you'll have an option to install Android build support. So you want to make sure that these three checkboxes are checked for the SDK, the NDK, the JDK. That way we can support Android, and the Quest 2, as you can imagine, is an Android device. So once we have that set up, we can go ahead and create a new project. I'm going to call this one Quest, and we're going to pick a standard 3D project. We could choose different ones. There's one down here for VR, which will load some stuff for you, but since things change so often, it's not a good idea to use that. So we'll just stick to a standard 3D one for now and hit create. All right, so here we are in Unity. The first thing we're going to do is go into Edit, Project Settings, and right down here at the bottom it says XR Plugin Management. We'll select that, and then there's a button here to install XR Plugin Management, so we'll do that as well. And once that's done, you'll see this section here. It's basically asking us which XR devices we're going to be using. So in our case, we'll just choose this Oculus. And then we want to make sure to click on the Android section and also pick Oculus there as well. And then we're done with this. We can go ahead and close this. And then the next part, we're going to actually buy something from the Unity Asset Store. And it's called the VR Interaction Framework. And you'll see how valuable this is here in a second. It's currently on sale for 30 bucks, but even at 60 bucks, it's quite a steal. So we'll go ahead and buy that. I'll have the links in the description for this. And then once we have it, we can go into Unity and go into the package manager. And once it's finished loading, we can select our assets from this section up here. So we can click here, select My Assets. It'll show you everything that you've bought on the asset store. I have quite a bunch of things there. So I'm just going to search for the word framework, and that'll find the VR Interaction Framework. So we'll import this, and it's going to tell us that if we override our project settings with this one, it's going to change our project settings. So we'll click import for now, but then this next one says it has packages that it wants to upgrade. We'll skip that one. And then when we're presented with all the things to import, we'll go ahead and collapse this main folder, collapse the next one. You can see there's two main components to this. The first one is the actual asset. The second one is its project settings. So we're going to uncheck that one and just import the top folder and hit that. All right, once that's done, we can go ahead and close that. You'll see it down here in the assets folder, the BNG framework. Now it comes with a couple of demo scenes, so we'll open that up. We'll load this physics hand scene. And there you go, that's ready to go. Now for the next part, you want to make sure that you have the Oculus program installed on your computer. I'll link to that in the description as well. And you want to have your Quest plugged in to your computer with a USB 3 cord. So basically, if you don't see your Quest here, either the 1 or the 2, and it's not green, that means something's wrong. Either you don't have the right video card that you need, or you don't have the right cable, or USB 3, or whatever. It could be a bunch of different things, but you need to make sure that this is green, otherwise Oculus Link will not work right. So if you have that good to go, then we can actually proceed to the next part. The next part is going to require me to put on the headset, so I'll go ahead and record that. Okay, so here we are in the Quest home page, home screen, whatever. If you have Oculus Link set up right, you should see this little settings icon here. And if you click on that, you should see Oculus Link selected there, or selectable as a button there. So if you go ahead and click that, it'll take you into the Oculus home screen. Instead of the Oculus Quest home screen, you'll have the desktop home screen. So we'll go ahead and click that. So as you can see, now we're on the Quest, or on the Oculus home screen for the desktop. If you have any Steam games or anything like that, you can access them that way. But we're interested in the virtual desktop. If you go down to this tray down here, you should see virtual desktop there as an icon. If it is, then you can click it, and if you have one screen, it'll just go right to it. But in my case, I have two screens, so I need to select which screen I'm actually on. And there you go. You can see Unity. You can see my desktop. I could open up a web browser. I could do whatever here, right? And the touchpad is actually, or the touch controller is actually acting as my mouse, so that I can actually click on stuff inside of Unity. So what we're actually going to do is just click on the play button with one of the buttons here on the controller. And just like that, you can see we are now inside of this scene, and we can control it with our controller, and our hands are responding, and we can pick things up, and we can load a clip into the gun and pull back the thingamabob and fire off a few shots and then throw the gun down. So everything worked the way we expected it. So now that we have this working scene, let's go ahead and work to actually get it on the actual Quest device itself. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so since we know that this scene is working and everything is good to go, the next thing we want to do is go ahead into File, Build Settings, and we want to change the build. By default, it's set for PC, Macs, and Linux. We want to set it to Android. So that's the first thing we want to change, and then when we're here, we want to change texture compression from don't override to ASTC. That's a performance tip. And then we'll go ahead and click switch platform, and that'll take a few seconds or a few minutes. Okay, now that that's done, we need to go into the player settings, and we've got to go into player here and make sure that the Android version is set to a high enough version. And we can do that up here. See this minimum API level. We want to set that to something like 23, Android 6. And once we've selected that, we can go ahead and actually do a build. So we'll go ahead and hit the build button. It's going to ask us where we want to save it. The desktop is fine. I'll call it quest2.apk and hit save. And it'll go ahead and build that for us using the Android tools that we installed. Okay, once that's done, you'll be presented with a file window showing you your APK. So we'll push that aside for now, and we want to have the Oculus Developer Hub installed also. I'll link to that in the description. And what this does is it lets you basically monitor your device. You can record video from it and screenshots and turn off the proximity sensors and a bunch of nice tools that developers need. But in our case, what we're going to use it is to install this APK. So there's this section here under My Device that says Unknown Sources. And in my case, I've got the OVR monitor systems installed, but you might not have anything there. So what we'll want to do is just drag and drop that APK onto this section. So if I go ahead and grab that over here, you can see once I get to this section, it changes to a different icon and it says Link. And if I let go, it'll go ahead and install that APK, and it says APK installed. And now we're ready to launch that on the device. So I'll go ahead and pop on my headset and take a look at it over there. Okay, so here we are back on the Oculus Quest home screen. And if you go into your apps section down here, you probably have it set to all or installed or anything like that. You'll want to scroll down to this unknown sources, and that's basically going to let you run any unofficial applications. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and right front and center there you'll see Quest com.defaultcompany.quest. That's the app that I made, and there's the OVR metrics tool. There's the other thing that I have installed. So we'll go ahead and just click on this, and it should launch this Unity game for us. All right, just like that, just like we were before, we are now running this application, and we can experiment with it. And just like that, you can get your game running on the device just that easy. Now, the VRIF, the Virtual Reality Interactive Framework, comes with all of these things ready for you to play with. And the best part about this is not only can you just like use all of this great stuff and see how it's all put together. If you want to do a Half-Life-esque whiteboard, you can very easily see how they did it. They've got all of these items in the scene that you can just use. And and you can experiment with all of these things and see how they put them all together. And the best part about it is that the source code is included for all of this. So if you want to see how this all works, how they made all of this happen, you can very easily explore the source code and all of the different objects and assets and components that are being used for this test level. And there you have it, quick and easy as usual. We got up and running in no time flat. I highly recommend VRIF. It is amazing. The developer is always staying up to date, and the Discord community, which I'm linking to in the descriptions, is a great place to ask for help, and there's always someone there that wants to help you out. You know, the main thing is you want to not waste time, right? Like, you got to make a VR game and you got to work quick. And as an indie developer, we need all the help we can get. So I highly recommend VRIF. Over the next few episodes, I'm going to be using it to make a quick vertical slice of a game here for us. And then we're gonna cover the whole process of creating the game and then getting it up on the side quest store or whatever is out at the time whenever I finish it. So if you found this video helpful, please make sure to like and subscribe so that I can keep making more of these, and please make sure to join my Discord, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm still SkidViz. Peace out.